Hey everybody, welcome to this episode recap of Ultimate Spider-Man Season 1, Episode 7. Exclusive. Yeah, it's newscasting episode, you would think. And you're sort of right. Because MJ somehow manages to get an interview with Spider-Man. And that wasn't really hard because Peter Parker has a huge crush on her and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do an interview. So, as she begins interviewing Spider-Man, something happens in the background. You see an explosion, his spider sense is tingling, a little bit late, but, well, it still works. And suddenly the Hulk shows up. Yeah, like another Avenger is here, but in this universe, the Hulk is not yet an Avenger. He's still seen as a threat, smash everything kind of guy. So they're like, oh no, the Hulk is here. I might have to battle him, MJ. So watch out, keep safe. And Spidey tries to battle him, but after a few rounds of, well, losing,
Spider-Man, are you okay?
he sees something that, well, he isn't really sure what it is, but something happened. He's like, MJ, you're filming this, right? Can I look back at your camera footage? And she's like, sure, Spider-Man. They look back and they see a huge energy flash thingy happen. And they're like, what's going on? And MJ is smart enough to use a night filter, and they see a huge ass electric energy thingy. It's, well, an electric dude. It's hard to say what it is, but it's being completely out of energy. And you figure out that the Hulk's actually fighting that, and he's not trying to destroy the city, he's actually sort of trying to help the city. Gotta keep on battling in it, but it doesn't seem to go well. Until Spidey figures out that, well, maybe water will destroy it. So he's like, oh, we need to get it to the river. But the Hulk really doesn't get it, and he just keeps on smashing. And MJ, once again, is the smart one.
Water!
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to the river.
No! Water!
If you're watching this at home, water plus electricity equals...
He sees a big water tower on top of a building. Spidey webs it over, and the thing seems to be beaten. But when the Hulk leaves, they're like, I don't know, this was a little bit too easy. And they follow a trail that leads them to a subway station, and zippity zappity, the thing is still alive. Spidey gets his ass whooped and, well, almost dies. I mean, he gets electrocuted a lot. But then suddenly the Hulk smashes through and helps him out. That's pretty cool. They duke it out a little bit more, but, well, you'd think they beat it, but we all know that didn't happen because the episode would be too short. But they go back on the street, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up, because Spider-Man asked them for help earlier, but they were kind of busy. I guess the entire S.H.I.E.L.D. was too busy to help out, I don't know. But they show up and they're like, Hulk, stop, you're evil, blah blah blah. And they're only going after the Hulk. But before they can actually blast the Hulk, the energy beam shows up again. They're like, oh no, well, maybe Spider-Man was right. Kept saying it all over, but nobody believes him, apparently. He doesn't have enough street cred with S.H.I.E.L.D. yet. They tried to beat it again, but, water didn't help, so Spidey has this really crazy idea. But let's just overpower him, because if we give him too much juice, he'll probably explode or something like that. So he asks Hulk to smash him up again. And Nick Fury's like, oh, you're letting Hulk smash him? That doesn't work. He's like, trust me, I have an idea. And Spidey tries to overcharge him. And he does that, but it's not really enough. So everybody who's with S.H.I.E.L.D.'s like throwing their, cell phones in it and other battery packs. But it's still not enough. So luckily, MJ has a camera, which is battery powered. And he's like, oh, that might just do it. And MJ's like, oh man, I'll lose my footage, but I have to save the city. So she throws in her camera, and what do you know? It's just enough. And the creature goes boom. And it sort of saved the city. Well, S.H.I.E.L.D. tries to go after the Hulk again, but Spidey's like, no, don't do it. And this time they listen. So the Hulk gets away. And the Hulk is like, I hate all you guys, but Spider-Man, you're really cool. And he leaves. So MJ's a little bit bummed out from, oh no, I lost my footage and I wanted to enter this contest by interviewing Spider-Man. And Spidey, aka Peter, is like, oh, look chickie, I still saved your memory stick, so yeah, you can still enter. And then we cut away to a scene where you see her interview, and she's sitting there with Peter watching it. Peter's like, oh wow, well, how did it go? She's like, I didn't enter it because Jonah J. Jameson wouldn't have agreed with me, and I mean, Spider-Man's really a hero, and he doesn't see that, you know, yada yada yada. And then the doorbell rings, and she wins a camera, because J. Jonah Jameson still liked her interview, I guess. She's like, yay, I have a future here. And that wraps it up. Well, make it sound really weird, but you get the general idea. Now, about the good, I really thought the good was how they did this episode. I mean, you get to see it all through the camera of MJ, and that's pretty cool. I mean, you have some movies, you know, found footage movies that do that, but to see that in a cartoon, that's pretty awesome. And the cutaway scenes of her being grabbed out of the sky and the camera going all up and down and stuff like that, that's pretty amazing. And the bad, well, I didn't really think anything was bad at this episode. I mean, I thought it was really cool. So, good job, Cartoon Show. You really did it this time. And of course there's a what moment. I have to say once again, it's the Stan Lee cameo.
Miss, you dropped this when you ducked for cover. By the by, you should clear out. They're saying there's a monster on the loose. Although, what passes for a monster these days is sad.
Look out, mister!
Been
Look
back
out! Look
all
out!
the way at the auto show of 65. Now that was a monster.
I mean, that was pretty cool. He's just like standing there, yapping to MJ, and he's like, oh, bloody, black and old days, and blah, 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 blah. And the entire city behind him is getting destroyed, and he's just standing there like, oh no, nothing's gonna happen to me, man. Even a car comes at him. And it's like, still yapping on. I mean, that is pretty awesome. I mean, Stan Lee is awesome, so that's pretty good scene. So, I guess that wraps up this exclusive. Haha, see what I did there? And we'll pick this up for our next episode. I must say, the show is getting better and better, so I can't wait to see what's happening next. Till the next one, guys. Latest.